Okay, so hear me out, because when I was working on what we're gonna be whining about tonight, I was greatly tried and tested. So today we are whining and really whining about the fruits of the spirit. And I say whining because when I heard this word, this sermon months ago, the pastor was saying how it's important to pray every day that the fruits of the Spirit are being evident in our lives. And I was like, okay, I'll make a conscious decision to make sure that I am praying for the fruits of the Spirit to be evident in my life, because I want to exhibit all of those in my life, right? Galatians 5:22 says, "But the Spirit produces love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, and self-control. There is no law against such things as these." And so I was like, okay, well, I want all of these things to be exhibited in my life. I want to be more loving. I want to be more patient. I want to have more self-control. I definitely want to be more peaceful. Like, all of these things I want to be able to exhibit in my life. And with these things comes growth and maturity and becoming more Christ-like. And before we continue, I really want to know what being Christ-like means to you. I really want to hear you guys' comments and what your definition of being Christ-like means to you specifically. Not what you think it's supposed to mean, not what you grew up on, a specific biblical definition, but what being Christ-like means to you. And I say that to say that with praying that the fruits of the Spirit will be evident in my life every day, I was like, okay, well, God, I want to be more Christ-like. And then it was like, well, what does that even mean to me? Because why am I trying to be it? I really need the why behind it, just to make sure that I'm understanding exactly what I'm signing up for. And I used to strongly dislike this term Christ-like growing up in church, because the people that were using it, I didn't want to be like. So it was just like, if you telling me to be Christ-like and you say that you try to be Christ-like and I don't want to be like you, I don't know that this is something that I want to do. So I was really like, okay, God, well, let's sit down and let's talk about what being Christ-like means to me. So in having this conversation with God, I discovered that what being Christ-like to me means is having a heart like God. And so when I think of God's unconditional love, and I think of how patient He is with me, and I think of how gentle He speaks to me, I think of how fatherly or parental He is to me, when I think of how He loves me and takes care of me, when I think of the way that He is with me, I think that I want to be like that too. And that's what being Christ-like means to me. That I want to be more loving, that I want to speak more gently, and that I just want to overall show you that I love you, that I care for you, that my love is unconditional, and that I can be peaceful for you and with you. And I was like, okay, God, heard you. Like, I can do that. And with obtaining that, I was like, well, now I'm inspired. Like, I really want to be like this. So I really want to be praying this to make sure that every day I'm being more loving to my friends, and I'm being a little more gentle with my kids, and I am practicing self-control in my day-to-day life and trying to be disciplined. I want to make sure that these are things that I'm implementing in my day-to-day life. So with that being said, God will continue to give you signs. And with saying, God, allow the fruits of the Spirit to be evident in my life today, I posted a reel on Instagram about how I was greatly tried in this area. And one day I woke up and I was like, God, I ain't praying this no more. I don't want to be tried and tested, because today I don't want to be more patient. Today, I don't want to be more faithful. Today, I don't want no peace. Today, I ain't got no joy to give to anybody, and I ain't got no self-control. I'm tired of me saying, oh, I want to be more loving. And then somebody that I'm supposed to be showing more love to is being difficult because I need to love them more. And instead of doing what I'm asking God to work in me, I'm resisting it. And I'm like, you know what? Honestly, they're a little too difficult to love. So I'd rather just not love them at all. And that completely defeats the purpose of God trying to work in me and mature me and grow me in these areas if I'm going to resist everything that I'm praying that he's going to help exhibit in my life. Let me tell you how God just really was just like, when I want you to get something, you're gonna get it. And what I mean by that is, like, last night I was having a really rough night, and I was like, you know what? Like, every morning I pray, like, I ask God to allow the fruits of the Spirit to be evident in my life. And I was like, I'm gonna stop saying that because I'm being tried and tested like crazy, and I don't want to be tried anymore. So I'm just gonna stop asking for this every single morning. So this morning I get up, I have my quiet time, and I have like a separate journal with my devotional that like has other scriptures and things in it. And look at what the scripture is for today. So I'm like, okay. Like, you really want me to get this? You really want me to like go back to praying for this? So I was like, heard you. Okay, cool. Keep going on with my quiet time. And at some point I start reading. I have a book for my son that's called 31 Prayers for My Son. And, you know, and I'm like, wow. And all I could do was laugh and just thank God, because when he wants you to hear something, when he wants you to get something, he's going to make sure it is very much in your face. And I felt like God was like, don't give up on me. Like, this is what you asked for, and I get it's going to be difficult. I get it's not going to be a piece of cake. It's not going to be super easy as you may have been expecting, but you need this. If you're gonna grow, if you're gonna mature, you need this. And I'm with you. Like, I got you. Like, you're not doing this by yourself. And I was like, okay, so let's change the narrative. Maybe I don't want to say that I don't want this in my life anymore, but remind me, if I'm asking you to allow the fruits of the Spirit to be evident in my life, I'm asking you to allow me to be more loving. So when those moments come up where a friend of mine is being really difficult to love, or is being my definition of difficult to love, and I don't feel like I have the energy or the effort to give to them, God, remind me in that moment. Like, remember you said you want to be more loving. Take a minute. They need a little bit of extra love today. Like, be there, be that little tap on the shoulder, that little nudge to remind me what I'm asking you for. Because when I wasn't being reminded, I was getting tested left and right and couldn't figure out why and how I was failing every test, because I wasn't reminding myself of what it is that I was asking God for every single day. So now, y'all know I love a good reminders app, or a good affirmation, a good sticky note, something to remind me. Things are going to test you today. You're going to need a little bit more self-control today than you needed yesterday. But you got this, because God is allowing the fruits of the Spirit to be evident in your life. You're asking this so that you can exhibit self-control. So when somebody says, I can't go to the gym, I'm just trying to work out, I'm trying to be consistent and, maintaining a better routine and going to the gym or doing something, and I can't do it, you can be like, listen, I thought the same thing. And no, I don't go to the gym, but I do something similar to Pilates, and I've been consistent going 2 to 3 times a week for 15 weeks now. And before, had you asked me if I could do it, absolutely not. I couldn't be consistent in working out at home. I couldn't be consistent in going to the gym. I could not be consistent in anything else. But in this one area of life, I do have some self-control. And if that's what I can hold on to be like, hey, this is an area of my life where I've exhibited self-control, I've exhibited discipline. Because there are some days I wake up, I don't want to work out, I don't want to go, I want to take a nap. And it's like, no, you're going to take care of yourself physically because it helps you mentally, and you know how you feel once you're done with that workout. Get up and go. And so that being said, there's different areas of your life that everything may not be a 10 in. You might be able to exhibit faithfulness, and patience might not be it today. But tomorrow, you might be able to stop before you respond to your child in some sort of situation and take a deep breath and be like, you know what? I need to exhibit patience today. God, you're saying this for a reason. You're speaking to me for a reason. Situation's happening for a reason. Let me take a minute and figure out how I can be patient today. And it's gonna be hard. But if I had to do it, y'all gotta do it too. If I had to be accountable, y'all gotta be accountable too. So I want to reiterate to you that while saying this, gonna come some trials and some tribulations, and you're gonna be tested. With this also comes growth, and with this comes maturity, and it comes change. And one thing that my best friend said to me the other day that like really made me think was like, sometimes you don't have to say that you're changing, but that you're making an adjustment. And then it doesn't feel so harsh. Oh, I have to change myself, or I have to change who I am, or change who I'm trying to be. No, you're making an adjustment, and you're making an adjustment for the betterment of the person that you are trying to be, for the betterment of your life and the goals that you have and the things that you are striving for. It's just an adjustment, just a little adjustment, not a big change. And I'm rooting for you. Y'all know that. I always want the best for you. I hope you want the best for you. You got this. I hope you believe in you, because I believe in you always.